Hello everybody, my name is of course GodzillaMan123. Today I will be ranking all Fallout 2 companions. Now, I watched a video on a channel called Triple Jump and they ranked every Fallout companion in the entire franchise. Um, I enjoyed the video, but I disagreed with a lot of the rankings, mainly Fallout 2 companion rankings. So, I made my own video. First of all, there will be no temporary companions and no cut content for companions. So, Sulik, I'm sorry, my brother. But now on to the video. Okay, so to start off this list with the worst companion in Fallout 2, the Pariah Dog. Now, the way you get the Pariah Dog is pretty funny, I think. Um, you get him in a random encounter, and he is surrounded by death, and you think, you know what, this dog is the second coming of Jesus Christ. But then once you get him in the party, you realize he is just really unlucky. He drops your luck to 1, he gives you the Jinx perk, and he will not fight in a battle at all. So yeah, that is all the reasons that Pariah Dog is the worst Fallout 2 companion. Moving on, the next second to worst is David and Maria. Now, here's the thing. Same with the Pariah Dog. The encounter you get them as a companion is pretty funny. Basically, you seduce them, and then their father walks in on you too, and you are forced to be married. Now, besides the fact that this is funny, there is no real reason to get them as a companion. They suck at fighting, okay? Myron levels of bad, okay? And they can't be dismissed or told to wait. So basically, you're stuck with them, and the only way to get rid of them is through a divorce in New Reno or killing them, so not very useful overall. The next companion is Robodog. Now, Robodog, they're really, you know, nothing special about him. He's not amazing in a fight, but he's not bad. Now, there's nothing really to say about him. You get him after you complete some of Dr. Henry's experiments. The same Dr. Henry from Fallout New Vegas, of course, but, there's nothing really special about him. There's nothing, he's not amazing in a fight, and he doesn't have any story. He's just a dog. That is a robot. So, pretty uneventful companion. But if you have an extra companion slot end game and you don't have any other companions, might as well just pick them up. Moving on, K9. Now, K9 I think is the third best dog companion, mainly because he's pretty interesting and he's better in a fight than Robodog. First off, his fighting stats are all pretty decent. They're not anything amazing, okay? They're not like the best in the game, nothing like that. But for a non-humanoid companion, it's pretty good. Now you get him in Navarro after killing a scientist there. Now here's the thing about him. He will not go with you if you have bad karma or the child killer perk. So he has good morals, and it's just kind of humorous, I think, that a dog will judge you on your morals, especially, since you just killed his master that's been abusing him for the last however so long. But yeah, he is decent in a fight, and, he's a pretty decent companion. Now, next companion on this list is probably the shortest, reasons why you should recruit him, except that it's Dogmeat. Now, Dogmeat was originally in Fallout 1, but you get them in the Cafe of Broken Dreams in Fallout 2. Now, all you gotta do is, I think, either feed them or show them your Vault 13 jumpsuit. He's just dog meat. He's he's probably the best dog in a fight. Also, he's just dog meat. He has the nostalgia and charm of the original dog meat. So, yeah, if you're gonna pick up any dog companion, I would suggest dog meat. Moving on to probably the worst character. I mean, not by like a story. I mean, just talking about morals and being a good person, all that. Myron. You get him in the stables. Now, here's the thing about Myron. He is a very bad person. He's a bit of not a bit, he is a big pervert to women. He killed many, like 100 or so slaves and drug testing. He will drug you. And I mean, will drug you if you're a woman. So, you know, you think, there's not many good reasons to get him as a companion. Here's the thing. He is bad in a fight. Just straight up bad. He does have a needler pistol, which is pretty cool. But the main reason is he can make you drugs, specifically Stimpaks and Super Stimpaks. Now, think of him as a better version of Hakunin in a Royal Village. I'm pretty sure he can make healing powders. I'm not sure though, but he can make Stimpaks, Super Stimpaks, and a variety other of chems. So, yeah, if you can get past his personality, there are some pluses to having him in your party. Next we have is Lenny. Now Lenny is a ghoul that you get in Gecko, right? And he has a really interesting backstory. Basically, he was one of these survivors of the Necropolis, and he saw the Chosen One in the original Fallout 1, and he thought, maybe I'll go with this guy. But then he kind of just chickened out, and he's always regretted that. So once you tell Lenny that you're a descendant of the Chosen One, he will go with you as a companion. Now, Lenny in a fight, he is like the most mediocre companion. He is the base level of fighting stats, like a straight 5.0 out of 10 in a fight. But he's also a healer, so he does have his uses. So you know, if you need a healer and maybe you're running low on Stimpaks, just swing by Gecko and grab him up. But yeah, he's still a pretty good companion. Okay, so the next companion on this list is Skynet. Now this is where these are the top 5 companions, and I think this is where we go from good companions to great companions. Skynet is so much fun to build. Okay, the quest he has is just really fun. He is also, if you get a decent enough brain, a great companion in combat. Now, the only problem with Skynet is that you do need a very high science skill to get him at maximum effectiveness. He has a bunch of hit points, so he'll be kind of like a meat shield, but you can't give him armor or anything like that, obviously, because he is a robot. But again, he is good in combat, and he has a really fun quest to build him. So that is why Skynet is the 5th best companion in Fallout 2. Moving down the list, we go into the 4th best companion in Fallout 2. Now, Vic is, I think Skynet is a great companion. I think Vic is the borderline of being a staple in the Fallout franchise, like the top 4 companions. Vic is a great companion. He has a great story. You basically have to rescue him from a bunch of slavers by buying him out of slavery. He is a good guy, but he may be rough around the edges, and a dad, which leads to one of the funniest encounters in Fallout 2. Vic is also great in combat. He can be one of the best snipers in the game. So, yeah, Vic, he is the 5th best companion. I'm realizing I just made a mistake. Vic is actually the 5th best, and Skynet was the 6th. That's my bad, but yeah. Vic is definitely a staple of the Fallout franchise, and I think the 5th best companion in Fallout 2. Now on to 4th, and arguably the best in combat companion, Gorrus. Now, Gorrus is interesting in the fact that he is a talking Deathclaw, and you can recruit him in Vault 13 once you find that location. Now, the reason Gorus is so high on this list is because he is not only the best combat in most cases, he is also, um, just really interesting and fun to travel with. He is very smart. You learn that he basically wears a cloak to, like, not a cloak, but like more of a robe, like Children of Cathedral style, to cover his face and, just so you won't get attacked on sight. But, he does probably one of the most intimidating things in Fallout 2 and rips off the cloak and is just completely insane. No, I wouldn't say insane. It's just really intimidating, and all the animation where he rips off, it's pretty fun to watch. But yeah, Gorus is an amazing companion and probably one of the best in the Fallout franchise. Moving on to Sulik, which is the third best companion. Now, here's the thing. Sulik was completely screwed by cut content. His main quest cut from the game. Um, which, that is a big deal to a lot of people, but I don't think that really, ruins Sulik as a companion. I think with cut content, Sulik would be the best companion in this game. He is very charming, okay? He's very unique. He is a tribal. He has a bone up his nose. I mean, his grandfather's bone, he just stuck it in his nose so his spirit would be with him. Now, besides the fact that how that is hilarious, he is also, just really interesting. Uh, he hates slavers, so he has a good set of morale. And he is arguably one of the better combat companions. But like I said, Sulik with content would be the best companion in this game. His main quest was removed, his tribe was removed, but even with all the setbacks, he is still one of the best companions in this game. Now, to the second best companion in Fallout 2, Marcus. Marcus, first and foremost, is just a great character and is one of the best in the Fallout franchise. He's a super mutant. He from Broken Hills, and his story is basically there was this Brotherhood paladin called Jacob, and Jacob and Marcus fought and fought and fought for days, for literal days, until they just stopped. And then they realized, they're evenly well matched, so one wasn't going to get the edge. Then, they just kind of laughed it off and they became fast friends. Now, the reason Mark is such a good character, and I think, is because he and his views on the Master's plan in Fallout 1. He was an original lieutenant of the Master, one of the mutants, and besides maybe the actual lieutenant in Fallout 1 is probably one of the smartest super mutants made, very simply. But he, has a very interesting take. He thought that the Master was right in making a race. He didn't like how the Master executed that plan and thought that the Master should have only made the best. But, it's an interesting conversation. Was the Master right? Because, civilization in Fallout 2 isn't great. There's a lot of things wrong with it. But, that's just, he brings an interesting conversation to Fallout 2. Now, Marcus goes toe-to-toe with Gorus as the best combat companion in the game. Now, Marcus can be the best companion if you use him right. If you give him the best weapons, like the Mega Power Fist, or a minigun with enough ammo, or even grenades, he is definitely top 3. But, it depends. Sometimes he can be annoying with the minigun if he shoots you in the back, or he can be a complete amazing death machine. So I think he is definitely toe-to-toe with Gorus as the best combat companion, but he's not the best companion in the game. I think that goes to, now, what you've all been waiting for, the best Fallout 2 companion, in my humble opinion, John Cassidy. Cassidy is just really interesting as a character. And you can say that about most companions, but I think the fact that we get Rose of Sharon Cassidy and Fallout New Vegas bumps him up the list at least 3 spots. Basically, we learn a lot about his personality from Rose of Sharon Cassidy. But in Fallout 2, we learn a lot about him as well, including the fact that he is just a really good guy. He's not exactly a goody two shoes, but he's not gonna support a bad person. He is top 5 in a fight. He can become one of the best snipers. Him and Vic, and he has a great backstory, which I've already said. Now, the reason Cassidy is the best companion is that previously mentioned backstory. Basically, the way you recruit him is that you just talk to him and you convince him. He tells you how much he hates Vault City, and that you're like, hey, why don't you just join me? And then he is a companion that's there for the long haul. Okay? But yeah, Cassidy is just a really charming person as well. He's a grizzled vet. Not a veteran like U.S. Army, but like he's seen the wasteland. He's seen the horrible things, and he's seen some good things. And that what makes him the person that he is today. And that's why he is the best Fallout 2 companion. Thank you all for watching my video. Now, I want to just thank all my subscribers and viewers and all that. Now, this video was supposed to go out like freaking 2 weeks ago, but I had some problems with the editing and stuff like that. But thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button or the subscribe button. And if you didn't, dislike it. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.